Good morning, Danny. Good to see you. It's our first one. Here we are, everyone. Welcome. It is the first official the Danny and Tami show. So
I am so excited to be in the studio here today. We have been building this up for I don't even know how long now, Tam. Weeks, months, days. I don't even know. You were talking about wanting to start a podcast for a couple of years now. So this has been kind of your baby in the making. And of course, the idea crossed my mind. But before we get into all that, I thought we'd start with like some introductions today, and just I know I have my friends and my family and my fans who know me, and you have the same. But I thought for our listeners who don't know us well or personally at all, why don't we go ahead and introduce ourselves? So, I am Dani McDuffie. I am a mother of three beautiful children. I have three daughters. They are 16, Ariana is 16 years old. Lily will be 9 in August, and Mina is my baby. She will be a year next month. So, very busy girl mom over here. Summer's underway, and we've just been trying to enjoy our summer, although they always feel like they're flying by so fast. I'm a special education teacher. I work for a charter school, and I'm a high school resource teacher. So there's that. A daughter of Christ. I am a huge Jesus lover. I love God. He has brought me through everything in my life, every step of the way. I am a cancer survivor. I beat stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma blood cancer last year while I was pregnant with my third daughter. Um, but beyond that, I am a friend. I am a lover of inspirational, motivational, everything that just drives you and gets you out of bed in the morning. And I'm here with my good friend, my bestie Tam, and we are making a podcast together to inspire others to get out there and make their dreams happen and come true. I'm going to talk about love and life a lot and parenting and all those um, things we go through that can be hard, but your mindset is everything, baby. And you got to have a positive growth mindset. So that's a little bit about me. I'm not going to take up all the time. I'm going to pass it over to my co-host and my good bestie friend Tami, and she's going to introduce herself.
all right. Well, after that amazing intro, hello, y'all. So I am Tami Nicholson. And I'm so excited to do this podcast. For me, it's been something that I have dreamt about for in the 3 years now, and I just never knew what direction that I wanted to go or how I was even gonna, and and we'll get into how all of this transpired with me and Danny, but we have known each other in our life for a very long time, stemming back to early years in Michigan together, and so I am a nearly divorced mother of 3. So, my oldest is 31. He is a United States Marine Corps vet. I am a proud Marine mom. A middle one is my 17-year-old daughter, Megan, who is, about to begin her senior year, and my, little one rules the roost on most days, it seems, is 9, Maddox, and so I homeschool my children, and that's, a topic I'm sure with Danny being a teacher and me homeschooling mine that we'll definitely be talking some education a little bit and, uh, different things such as that. In 2020, the same time COVID hit the world, I was diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic thyroid cancer. A cancer that should have been an easy beat, but due to COVID and them shutting surgeries down everywhere, I was scheduled for 5 hours later and missed the deadline. So I was sent home to wait, and as most people know, cancer doesn't necessarily wait, even if you are. So through that, a warrior still, we are still battling it, and then it takes on its own side, struggles with that, and for me, there we're just hoping to get back-to-back clear scans before they will say that I am officially in remission, and we haven't gotten that yet, and treatment such as chemo and such doesn't work with it, and, unfortunately, it is attacking my heart as my body no longer produces certain things that it needs to, keep those things strong, but, I'm gonna beat it. There's no doubt in my mind, and, even on my struggle days, I can look to Dani and say, "She did it while pregnant." I mean, she is an inspiration to watch what she went through and to, come out the other side, and which is where she's gonna stay, and so a little bit different on the aspects of where we are with it, but I know at the end we're both gonna end up in the same place with it and with a long, long history together from on here. So without getting emotional on, the first one, because I am not the emotional one, I'm the go-getter. I was and still technically have been in the gaming business, which is considered gray area gambling. I don't do it so much anymore, a little bit, but I fell into social media influencing where I am an influencer for companies and I really enjoy that and it allows me the ease of being at home or, I travel a lot. A lot. And so we cruise a lot, and me and the kids we are not planners, we're doers. We could wake up one day at home and the next morning we're in the Caribbean. So you never know, and, that's what's gonna be really cool about this podcast also is we don't always know where I'm gonna be at the moment that a microphone gets put in front of me, and so it's gonna be an adventure, and it's gonna be stuff where we get to discuss on, same as Danny on everything, love and life and divorce and starting over and kids and the craziness and then doing all that with things that get put in your path that you don't wish on anybody, but still getting up every day, smiling through the madness and saying, "Oh, at the end of the day, we're all dying, but we're not all living. I'm living every single day." And so that it just makes this even more exciting. And so for me, this podcast is so much about just going out there and inspiring people to live their best life, and get up every day and do it again. And just to remember that you've already made it through 100% of every day you didn't think you would. That's a pretty good record. So I'm so excited to do this, and I'm so excited that our paths have recrossed and they did for a reason, and here we are. There's our
That was a
intro to that.
lovely intro, Tam.
Thank you.
So, yeah, and I just wanted to say, I feel like the things that we hit on and highlighted in both of our, lengthy introductions there were the positivity mindset, the growth mindset, the attitude. I tell my students all of the time, probably probably at least once every single day, that when you get up in the morning, you have two things to control. Two things are in your control. That's your attitude and your effort every single day. And the people who succeed are the people who refuse to let life keep them down. And, you know, this podcast, we are hoping to inspire others to move towards not only their goals, their passions, whatever it may be, financial, career wise, family, your marriage, your parenting, your children, um, whatever it may be. Go after that thing. There's something every day when you wake up that sets you on fire, something deep down in your heart. You have a passion and you need to let it out and let it shine because we are all here for a reason. So it takes courage to, grow up and become who you really are. And there's a reason for that. It's because the world will look at you and try to tell you who you are. And it's up to you to stand up and say, this is who I am, you know.
Absolutely. I say that so much. I'm like, it's so much about finding your purpose. And even when you think you found your purpose, maybe in 6 months, there's a new purpose. You keep, being who you wanna be. I heard a actor once say, "I aspire to be who I'm going to be in 10 years. That's who I chase after," and I'm sure I'm not getting the quote right, and he's like, "And so I'm constantly chasing that person that I wanna be in 10 years and doing what it takes to get there," and
Absolutely love that. The only person that you should be trying to be better than is the person that you were yesterday. I mean, you hit the nail on the head, remaining stagnant, it's a killer of your growth and your dreams. You always want to be evolving and becoming a better person and moving forward. Um, I have a hard time having conversations and relating to people and identifying with people who don't have that growth mindset and who are narrow-minded and won't allow themselves to learn and to listen and to educate and expand, their knowledge. And we all have something to learn continually and eternally until we're put in the ground. We all have something to learn every day, every minute of every day. Identify and go for it and find, what you can learn. What is this teaching me? That's another thing. I feel that we come across things in our lives as lessons, and you're going to repeat a lesson until you learn from it. So, how many times are you going to go through that same lesson? As many times as it takes for you to learn what the lesson was and then grow from it in your life. So, we all make mistakes, fall down 7 times, get back up 8. I was thinking, Tammy is hilarious, by the way. We are going to get to laughing on this podcast. I know we're starting off our first episode with some introductions, just letting the world know who we are, letting our listeners and you guys get to know us a little bit on this first show, but we are going to be laughing. Tammy makes me laugh all of the time, so she is hilarious.
yeah, I think life, I there's times that I'm laughing at my own life, and it's so crazy. You're like, it's so ridiculous. You can't make it up. You can't make up things, and even, going through the whole process of, us as we're getting closer to this moment, I said to Danny, I said, "Listen, if I go like off rails too far, just reel me in. If I start talking about my dog and how I bought him some pie, and so we took off and went to Miami, go ahead and say what, because I don't even have a dog, but that's the craziness of how our life takes off, and it's like this morning, she's sending me like this thing. It's like, okay, I stopped for coffee and I'm going to stop at Target and I'm going to get a planner. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. And I send her a picture of my head wrapped in a towel because my hair was still wet and my, teeth whitener that plugs into my cell phone as I'm driving down the road and asking her what a planner is. It's going to be fun. And I even said that to you. I said, no matter what, if you and me are the only ones that ever listen, we're gonna have the best time doing it, and that will make it so much fun.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. So Tam makes me laugh all the time. She's obviously an influencer with all these big brands and companies for a reason. She's not only gorgeous and adorable and a warrior, she is so funny and one of my very dearest friends. You have a bad day? Okay, it's a bad day. It's not a bad life. I'm going to see that bad day and I'm going to be done with it and I'm going to set it down. And I'm not going to let it live rent free in my head tomorrow or the next day or any other day in the future, because I'm going to go ahead and be done with that day. I'm going to lay it to rest, and the next day is going to be better and better and better. So, along with being inspirational, we do hope to bring you some humor. Good thing this is a podcast and you guys can't see us because there will be a lot of that.
Yeah. But you will see us because I'm gonna use clips in a lot of my stuff. I know,
True,
I'm like,
true. We will have
we did
clips.
our little Zoom meeting the other day, I'm like, "I wonder if she even knows I'm screen recording this," and then I'm like, "Oh, but she will."
I didn't because remember at the end, I was like, "Oh, shoot, we should have recorded it." And with that, I know we're a couple of minutes over time. It's time to wrap up already.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Tammy, for being here with me this morning in the studio recording. I can't believe we finally made
I
it. I'm
know.
just
I
so
know.
grateful to be here.
I'm so beyond excited for this journey, and I would love to be able to sit here and tell them all where it's gonna go, but we won't know from one episode to the next, but, we do know that we will be here, and we intend on, having a weekly, broadcast, and so let's do it. Go big or go home, and if not, at least enjoy the ride.
That's exactly right, chick. And we'll be here. We will be here together. So, whoever wants to join along on this wild ride, we would love to have you listen.
We're sponsored by none other than, the, uh, Dani and Tami Show.com, so make sure you go there and, subscribe and all that entails on that site, so, until next time, we love you so big.
Love you so big. Goodbye.
Goodbye.